again, happy morning, everyone. I'm really excited to welcome you all to this inauguration ceremony of Teachers Training Program. As you all know, this is a certificate course on specific learning difficulties, and you will know more details later on. I'm very happy to welcome our esteemed guest, Rotarian Shankar, President of Rajmahal Villas Rotary Club. Rotarian Sabharishan is the secretary, and Rotarian Sundar Prakash is the sponsor for this, for the few teachers. All are from Rotary Bangalore Rajmahal Villas. I'm very, very happy to welcome you all, and I'm very privileged to welcome Mrs. Meena Jain. She's the curator and instructor of this course. And here we have I'm very proud and happy to welcome the pillars of our school, Amara Soundarya Foundation, the board members, teachers, parents, and all the staff. And a special welcome to Anu. She's the daughter of Lalita and Ishwaran. I'm very, very happy to welcome you to the event, Anu. Also, I love to welcome all the participants. We at Amara Soundarya Foundation are working with differently abled children for 16 years and have been committed to increase the quality of special education. The most important of this is the skilled teachers to train the children. Realizing the lack of resources in this field, we have started the teachers training program, and we have already trained one batch, and now we are starting with the second batch. We are also aware of the need to empower the women in the underprivileged, from the underprivileged section, and to secure them with employment. And so we have selected 5 women to support financially from Rotary Bangalore Rajmahal Villas. I thank President Shankar and the board of directors of Rotary Bangalore Rajmahal Villas for accepting the proposal to support the teachers training program. My special thanks to Mr. Sundar Prakash for sponsoring the fees for 5 participants. Again, I welcome you all and my best wishes to all the participants.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to call upon Ms. Anupama to talk about the importance of SLD course for teachers. Ms. Anupama has done her special education at Singapore International School and has been teaching children with learning difficulties. She has completed her master's in biochemistry from Case Western University in USA.
Manu Ishwaran. I am the daughter of Lalita and Professor Ishwaran. And even though I have a master's in biochemistry and I worked in research, it's only in 2014 that I decided I'd go and get my teaching certificate because I started substituting in the school where my children were going. In addition, the whole thing about like me getting into special education was kind of thrust upon me because that was what I started substituting as, and I was very, very daunted. I had absolutely no idea what I was getting myself into. Luckily, our school had a very, very big program for kids with so we don't call it anymore special education or learning difficulty. We call them that they have learning differences. And this is because we all have learning differences, and some of kids learn, probably their differences are larger than maybe what we consider the norm, but there's really no norm. But I was really fortunate because I was thrust into this, and as I went on, I found it as one of the most fulfilling jobs that I have had because I got to make a small difference in children in terms of them realize, thinking that teachers were just teaching and they were thinking they are nothing, they cannot do this, they're not smart, they cannot do this. Like kids, in our school we had kids with dyslexia, dyscalculia, autism on the spectrum, and changing their mindset and just seeing the growth in a few years where they're like, wow, I can do this. I just need a different tool. I just need something changed in the way that my classroom is, my physical space changed. I access technology, and maybe then I can talk my way through it. I don't have to write. I don't have to read. And their worlds have changed. And every teacher needs to have special education training. It doesn't have to be only special needs teachers. All teachers need special education training. All teachers need training in mainstreaming and inclusion. Shows how important it is for teachers to be trained in teaching kids with learning differences. So United Nations, we have the rights of the child has access to education, and every child has the right that they will not be discriminated against. If that is the right of the child, then we have an obligation to meet those rights of the child. So we have to provide them access to education however they learn. We cannot just say we can only teach kids who read and write. We have to find out how they learn. If a kid cannot write, what can they do to show the way? If a kid cannot walk up the stairs, how do we accommodate the school and the place so that they can access the education? So that is it is necessary as teachers. It's almost like when doctors take the oath. We are taking the oath because that is the right of the child. So it's so important that we teachers in order to provide a valuable education to the students, that we are trained in understanding how the students learn and how to make the curriculum accessible to them. Every student has his strengths and weaknesses. We are all not the same, but we as teachers need to be able to harness those strengths of each child so that they can reach their full potential. But to do that, we need to be educated ourselves. Just because we are educators doesn't mean that we need not be educated. We need to be educated ourselves in order so that we have the right mindset, that we are open to all students and we don't think only in one way, that we can only teach in one way. So we need to be educated that we have the right mindset to reach all students. But every student, not only kids with learning differences, every student might be learning in different ways. Some might like to draw it, some might like to build it, some might like to read it, some might like to dance it. I don't know. But we need to find out, how do we let the child say, as long as you learn, you can show it to us in however way. How can we show you the information? Do you need to see it? Do you need to hear it? We need to kind of really be trained how we can modify really accommodate for all students. So being equipped with these approaches has the added benefit of improving the well-being of teachers. So if we are all trained, then our well-being also is better, because we are not anxious. We're not like, oh, I don't know what to do. We are approaching every student with confidence. We are approaching every student with the ability of, yes, I can try this way or that way. So it's so important for all of us to be trained so that we will be able to help every child, but at the same time be calm about it. And actually even more so in COVID, during the times of COVID and with online learning, this is very important, because you need the training so that you can read the children now virtually. So in order to read the children virtually, if you have the training, you can those strategies with the parents so that they can support them at home. So it is important, that is extremely important, that you are trained so now you can share different ways so that the child will be successful and that they do not have any learning gaps or social emotional issues. So I'm so pleased that Ms. Nirmala has taken this initiative to offer this program to all teachers so that we can really build confident students who will really become meaningful members of society.
Thank you, Ms. Anupama, for such a wonderful insight about the SD course. Now I would like to call upon Mr. Shankar Subramaniam, President of Rajmahal Villas, to share a few words.
Very good morning to all of you. Good morning, Nirmala, staff and members of Amara Soundarya. I have been personally involved with a rare disease, not so rare now, is called multiple sclerosis. And I've been associated with this for the last 12 years. And it's been a great learning opportunity. But before that, I have no clue. I was in my own life and about my own things, and associating myself with both Rotary as well has been a great learning experience. The whole subject of inclusivity has become, an eye-opener for me. I mean, there are so many sections of society that that we are not even aware of, and we just go about life, and we just go about our own ways, and we are just concerned about our own numbers and profits and how we can increase our ROI and all those kind of things on a day-to-day basis. And I really feel that I always tell people that I can never be happy if people around me are not going to be happy. And I wish this message goes across to as many people as we can, that we can actually create an inclusive society, whether it's a regular child or it's a special child. I think the art of teaching is something that is a very specialized art. And for that, you need empathy. I think that's the first thing that you require is empathy. You need to understand like what Anu was mentioning, the customization of learning. So I think this is really the need of the hour. And I wish you all the best. And we are so happy from Rotary Bangalore Rajmal Vilas to be part of this wonderful initiative.
I would like to call upon Mr. Sundar Prakash, sponsor, to share a few words.
Thank you, Alapa Gupta. Good morning, everybody, teachers, friends, Rotarians, all of you. It's my pleasure to know that Amara Soundarya Foundation is under the leadership of Madam Nirmala, has taken up this teacher training program, which caters to meet the needs of our wonderful, beautiful, differently abled children. My love for special children goes back to 1995, when my daughter was studying in Sophia School. As you all know, Sophia School, along with Baldwin's, were one of the first schools in Bangalore, you can correct me if I'm wrong, to have an opportunity section where special children were also there. And I used to drop my daughter every day to the school, and I could see the Sisters of Notre Dame, which is the management of Sophia's, how nicely they could make the children, all children are one. They used to make them the same assembly, make them to interact, make the senior girls of the school to, discuss with the children and all, to motivate them and all that. And my daughter had great interest in that field. And as a junior prefect, then a prefect and a Bennett House captain, she used to call all the parents of these kids. There were 35 special children there to come forward for the sports event, cultural event. And she ensured after she comes back from school to call them, to call the parents. Tomorrow is a sports day, please come. If you need logistic, we will arrange. I'll tell my dad, he'll arrange. And she ensured that, majority of the children join, and she had a special passion to how to improve the lives of these children using technology. As a young girl of 13, 14, she was a little tech savvy girl those days. And she went on to do the similar activity because currently she is in Apple, working as a security scientist, and she's part of the Siri. The Siri is a talking back to the to your phone. So my wife is also differently abled, and she uses the Apple iPhone much better than me. Okay, that is all because of the technology has enabled. Okay, and she's been part of that team. So in Sophia's, whenever I used to drop, I used to stand there for the school assembly and all that. And the school principal, many times used to say this following, which I will like to quote and unquote. Highest form of love is to give and share. Spelling of love in a family is time. These days, nobody has time. Language of love is touch, a gentle hug. Differently abled children need these the maximum. So I request the teachers and the new teachers to keep this in mind, because they are not special children, they are differently abled, different ability children with just little bit of technology, little bit of encouragement, little bit of self-esteem building, they can do wonders.
Now we will have an interactive session by Ms. Meena Jain, who is a board of advisory and is a rehabilitation expert with 3 decades of rich grassroots experience both at urban and rural levels and has immense knowledge in the field of disability. Over to you, ma'am.
I'm so happy to be a part of this program and would like to thank Nirmala for giving me this opportunity to conduct the course. And I was very happy to have met the Ishwarans in my last meeting, who have been inspirational to me in my own little way. And today's talk by both the Rotarians, Mr. Sundar and Mr. Shankar, it's kind of reignited my energy to at 60 to even continue my journey still for children. Thank you very much. And I just want to also welcome my colleague and co-trainer Beena Krishnamurthy, who's journeyed with me for last 25 years and with whom we have been working with children with special needs and also children with SLD for a long time. Every child is so different. Every child is very, very different when we are working. So I think what we need to understand here is, how do we go about it? It is a misunderstood child. It is not a child with special needs or disability, but it's a misunderstood child. So we believe that we have to look at the terminologies for professional training and work, and we need to understand it from a scientific and technical basis. So we look at it as specific learning disability and call it as SLD. So we don't all the time use those words, to make a child or a parent feel uncomfortable. So about us, I come with 35 years experience, and Beena also comes with 35 years of experience in teaching. She has even co-authored the CBSE textbooks in science and maths, and we have conducted workshops, trainings for teachers, parents, and the public for the last so many years. For us, the child is the central focal point, the child and the family, and nothing else. So we are very clear about that. About the course, this is a 10-session course, very intensive, plus 2 sessions extra for one review and one for evaluation, final evaluation. And we, all through the 12 sessions, the student or the candidate will go through formative and summative assessments. We are not going to negotiate on the input of the matter. So formative and summative assessments has to be done, has to be submitted. We are very clear on that. Then there is a final evaluation where there will be an MCQ, written MCQ, and a Viva OC from an external examiner, who will not be one of us. We get another expert who will do a Vivas for us to have a very objective analysis of the person's skilling. How much have they been skilled and how much have they learned and equipped with knowledge they are doing it. And once they pass, that is when they will get their certification. And along with this, they have to periodically submit their assignments. So these 10 sessions is all technical on every aspect of learning disability, be it the perceptual skills, be it the socio-emotional aspect, be it reading, writing, spelling, arithmetic comprehension, and all aspects of how to identify and how to remediate. Our focus is going to be from Amara Soundarya, very clearly practical skills for groundwork. Theory, anybody can learn from anywhere, but if I get this child with this, what are the skills I need to have? What is the strategy I need to apply? And what is the TLM I need to make, the teaching learning material I need to make to help this child come out of it. So exactly what Anu was sharing, how she works, is how we are going to be working with our students who will enroll in this course. And they will be given practical demonstrations, they will be given case presentations, case analysis. So all this is going to be happening in this 10 sessions. But we are very clear that people who will join the course, enroll into the course, questioning and participate. If you don't question, you won't get scared. If you don't interact, you won't learn. There will be no peer tutoring mentoring that will happen. Then if you don't participate, we will feel whether you understood it or not. So it could be any language. We are okay with it. We are willing to translate it during the sessions into Hindi, Kannada, English, and some part Tamil if required, or some part Telugu if required. But we will ensure that the student or the person who will enroll in, the teacher who will enroll in the course will have to express it. It's very important for us to do that, and we need to work from there. And also, few qualities is what I think we all need to have when we're working with these children is compassion, empathy, and how approachable I am, and open mindset. Open mindset with flexibility. It's okay if the child says, today I don't want to learn maths. It's okay not to learn maths. Can we do drawing and coloring? In that only I can teach maths. I don't need to sit with 2 plus 1, but I can teach him to draw through drawing how to do 2. Can you draw 2 apples? Can you color 1 apple? I'll still be teaching numbers. So how can I get innovative? How can I get flexible? And how can I deliver and achieve my goal, what I need to achieve with that kid with whom I'm working in and all SLE children are usually in the mainstream school. They have never been isolated in India unless they are severely SLDs. Even they have somehow managed to be still remaining in the inclusive setup. And they are in the mainstream education because of their intellectual functioning levels. You need to identify them in the classroom. So in every classroom, there are 4 to 6 children with learning issues. So learning difference also. We will be learning all that through this 10 weeks of 10 sessions we are going to be working on. So what is the methodology? It will be participant-centric. We will be using a transdisciplinary approach and a VATK model, and we will be doing case analysis so that one understands it better when we are teaching a concept in the SLD field. Then the duration is 2 hours and 30 minutes per session. It's a once a week course. We are trying to, because I don't want to stop somebody Gulbarga or in Dharwad, a teacher who wants to, who's working with children, not to learn this, because she can also help a child in the regular classroom if she learns this. So it's okay if she joins in and we can do Kannada teaching, teach her in little bit in Kannada also. Mode of learning is online learning mode, and it's activity based and applications of TLMs using technology. And I truly agree with Mr. Sundar that today all children have started to use a lot of technology. Especially we are encouraging children with SLD to use so that their distress becomes lesser in the school. So, and they still can manage their mainstream education. So, and I'm happy to say that now SLD has been registered as a under the PWD Act, and so the student gets exemptions from learning certain languages. So all those government facilities and schemes are also the students and the right to educate also has become a very forceful aspect of the Karnataka government, and they are ensuring that every child should be educated and he has a right for education. So even government teachers have been trained into working with inclusion and also with children with special needs. So I think from all aspects, we are in the right direction right now. And with NEP coming up, soon we are going to have a lot of opportunities for these children to educate themselves as they grow in the ladder of their academic career or academic life. Thank you so much.
We're lucky Meena is here. You please go ahead. And you had a lot of queries, and I said today we will have a small interactive session. If you have any doubt, then we will take it forward.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm really thankful to you for allowing this opportunity to come to me. I am a principal, of course, but the core of my heart is essentially that of a teacher first. And since the beginning of my career as a teacher, I always wanted to develop the knack of helping these special souls, as I always feel. They're not just existences, they are the elements of God. I took them as that. But somehow, the place where I belong to and where I was brought up, such opportunities of learning about special education as educators was not there. My only question is, why is it that wherever I tried to find out, they mentioned that we don't have correspondence courses? Is it a reality, or was it a shortcoming of the region or the institution which I approached? More to learn about it by doing this course, which is going to be a very challenging one. And that is the happiest part of it, because it's not just doing or getting a degree. It's getting into the shoes in order to understand the needs of the learners. And as it is said, every child has the right to learn. With education becoming a fundamental right in our country, how are we catering to that? Is it just the designation that we hold, or we actually come up with the delivery of the right aspect?
So Jyotsna, I would like to answer your question. This has been my fight for last 35 years, that people who go to work because they need to work, also but are keen to learn, are not getting any kind of courses which they want to learn through a distance mode. Okay. And we have a long way to go, because special education is still not being brought under any university or any, it's like it's not under where there is, it's not brought under HRD as a separate special education department where there's curriculum, where there's everything. So, and we have a long way to go, but to answer in short, what I would like to say is, this was one of the reasons Nirmala and me started decided that we should start, training people from whatever we have learned for years. And we are very happy to say that we have broken barriers and we have made it happen for all people who want to learn. So we welcome you into the group, and we'll be happy to engage with you in learning, and also probably visit your school one day to set up a resource room through Amara Soundarya Foundation. Yes, distance mode learning is possible in this field. It's only how you will work on it and how you'll make it happen.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, and happy Teachers' Day to you.
Thank you.
Very good morning, everyone. Okay. See, I am Aishwarya. I live in Bangalore. Nice to see you, Meena ma'am. I know you very well for the past 10 years, but today is the day I could get to see you. Very happy. When I was thinking about to join in SLD course, that people are saying that it has to come under RCI registered. So is that is true, or how? What is? Can you share your opinion on this?
Yes, but RCI is still now. RCI has to start allowing people to run the course for us to recognize it. But we cannot wait for RCI to do that and not have children get the support.
True, true.
If you are a person who are interested in working with the children, as Jyotsna rightly put it, no certificate, no degree will be, will come into use. But yes, that is true. But now what is happening also is NSDC is also planning to start skilling for people working with PWDs. I'm working with Nirmala on that, so that
anyway, but still we are recognized by NIOS, and this is a trust, and the certificate is valuable.
Yeah, question I have. Since we need to work practically with children, during this pandemic, how can we find out the children and how can we support them? I think this is going to be the challenge for another 6 months. That's what I felt personally. Can you please share your opinion on that?
you will be giving some children to work with online. But before that, we'll teach you how to work online with children, do the remedial session with children. But first, you will have to understand how it is done, and you will go through some mock sessions, and then later taught on how to conduct the remedial sessions online. It is possible. It is not something that you cannot do. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Good morning. So I wanted to know what are the timings actually. In a week, you said 2.5 hours, and Saturdays, what time it would start?
The registrations happen. Nirmala suggested that she will discuss it with the whole group of students and take a common consensus for the timing.
Yes. So if you have any more questions, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll end the session now. Is that okay?
Now we have come to the end of the program. So the vote of thanks, I would like to thank the esteemed guests, parents and teachers for making this event successful. Once again, thank you everyone, and wishing all the educators a very happy Teachers' Day, and have a great day. Thank you.
I do again thank each one of you, and I am glad there are so many friends from Rotary, our Rotary Club, and I thank everyone for participating in this event, and I thank all of you for encouraging us and to take this course forward. Thank you very much.